What's good? This is Brittany Sunshyne with SeedSoilWater, where we align with divine revelation for deeper roots and brighter blooms. Let's get into the message and see what the Spirit has to share with us today. Hey, just a request. Would you please take your finger and go to that little subscribe button and push it? And then the like button, push that one. Thank you so much. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much. It really helps me grow my channel. It helps other people find these messages. It helps everybody, right? Okay, because we're trying to do this crossing the Red Sea moment, breaking every chain, which are really just energetic bondages that we are fully capable of accessing and releasing, purging. I'm getting a nudge to talk about Alchemize the Intensive, which is a full, I think it's 8 to 10 weeks, depending on which time you join, because there's 2 bonus weeks in there. If you join now, if you go and fill out the request form on the website, then I'll do the 2 bonus weeks for you, okay? Just reference this video. But the reason is that the nudge is about, because that's where we go and we do a deep dive, subconscious purging, uprooting the weeds from the subconscious mind, tending to the soil of our being, planting new seeds for the future, because there really is a formula like that where you can create a brand new life, okay? And so there is a way to break every chain. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. There's an army rising up to break every chain. Light prevails, remembering that light prevails. Woo! Okay, and the Wheel of Fortune is your portion, as in, so there are so many amazing things on the other side of all of this healing work that you've been doing. So congratulations, because what I'm also hearing is that there's many of you that really have already been far, far down that road. And as you know, the word creates worlds. The word that you are releasing out of your mouth, and especially in your scripting and then the mirror work that you do, it's creating worlds that we live in. And that's why I'm also being nudged. Spirit is like, you got to do more quantum intercessions. And hey, if you're interested in doing quantum intercessions, will you leave a comment below? What a quantum intercession is it's simply kind of like a guided visualization for the good of humanity. So where we're speaking things, like for example, I did one that was like, oh, let's all visualize. We're visualizing a world in which all of the leaders are pure, illuminated, righteous, balanced, healthy humans, and divine ones, really illuminated beings that are, illuminated by the righteousness of the plumb line of balance, goodness, the creator, the essence of the creator, and visualizing what that would be like, imagining that world. And as all of us send out those thought forms, if we know that the observer effect in physics shows us that the electrons are paying attention to that, it's intercession, but it's visualization, it's intercession in a way where it's assuming that it's already done, and it is taking dominion over the realm that we are supposed to have. So it's one of those things that I constantly think, oh, I should do more of that, and then I kind of just, my life continues on, the world spins madly on. Your name is being mentioned in rooms that you are not in. This just came up. When did this come up? It was a positive. This is a positive thing, okay? So your portion, like, you have success incoming, and maybe that's part of this. The word creates worlds, and so you are being nudged right now to. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Of course it is. You'd think that I would get over how consistent the messages are, but here's illumination, and then when we had light prevails right here, illumination. So start declaring, maybe write a scripting letter, and if you don't know what a scripting letter is, please leave it in the comments below. Be like, what's a scripting letter? And I can do a video specifically on that. But what I'm telling you is that you can, this whole your name is being mentioned in rooms that you're not in, write a scripting letter as if it's already happened, where you get that phone call that I'm getting chills on this, that board meeting happened, or that group got together and was talking about the genius that you offer and that you bring into the room. and they, called offering you that dream life, that dream thing, whatever that is. 502. Okay, so this illumination, mist rising on the alpine lake. The upward spiraling mists rising in the mountains suggests that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, and guardians, are close at hand, assisting you on your upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spiritual life is expanding by leaps and bounds, even if you can't see what's ahead. Spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided in a wondrous direction. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, this is turning into quite the giant message. So let's look at the cards that came before this one. Talking about how light prevails, crossing the Red Sea, breaking chains, Wheel of Fortune. Your name is being mentioned in rooms that you're not in, and the word creates worlds. Holy cannoli. Okay, and then this whole illumination, and your spirit team is close by, and they're here, like, ready to help you. Okay, and ready to, like, bring you into wondrous worlds that are far beyond your comprehension. Cross the Red Sea, breaking chains. So this is based on that story where it was, like, slavery to not only freedom, like, not slaves, but also stepping into new levels of wealth, like crazy wealth that they would have never been able to, like, earn. It was, like, kind of like immediate. They aligned with the revelation. Okay, so and the word creates worlds. So what I'm being nudged about this right now, and the Wheel of Fortune, okay, and light prevails. The light codes are within you. And if you don't know, then take some time, grab your journal, and sit down and ask the divine. Be like, what does my future look like? Give me, a download of what my purpose is. And you probably already know. You probably have an idea, and it probably has something to do with things that you love, and something that only you can do it the way that you do it, whatever it is. 717. And so this moment, you're being invited to, regardless of if this has ever happened before, if you perceive that there's a pathway or not, if you think, like, nope, that whole thing, that ship has sailed, if you, like, do not judge the time and the current circumstances in terms of whether or not this could happen. Because think about this. These dudes had been slaves for lineage, for generations. Like, they had been slaves for as long as they could remember. And yet, by the way, there's a part of that story where they look back, when they were being okay. Yeshua was talking to like their generations forward, and they were like, we were never slaves. So, like, there's this caveat right now that we're being invited to recognize, that we don't always perceive how much we are enslaved, okay? So you really got to dream big, big, past the limitations of whatever you perceive to be possible, because they're like, the light prevails far past the limitations of this realm. So you need to dream really big. Think about, if there were no excuses and if there were no barriers, like, who would you be, and what would you be doing with your time, and what would you be doing with your divine purpose? What is your divine identity? Start writing it down and log it as in, like, a day in the life of me as such and such, as my divine self. A day in the life as me as my divine self. And then write that down, like, what it's like now that you're that person, because your divine team is waiting. There's a scripture that talks about how the angels, like, draw near to, like, listen to what the humans are going to say, because we come down here with divine light codes. Dang, this is a good, strong, powerful message. We come down here with divine light codes, and our purposes within us. Like, they're within us, they're asleep, they're dormant. And then as we awaken and remember them through these tools and practices, like illumination, like visualization and manifestation, utilizing the laws of the universe, which are the laws of assumption, the law of attraction, like it was talking about, this is a universal law. Let me go back to that. So there's, like, so many, whether you're looking at science or whether you're looking at the word, there's so much confirmation about how what you think about and what you declare expands. And it's hard for me to talk and find here we go, the illumination. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided in a wondrous direction. Okay, the This is Universal Law was from the last reading, but This is Universal Law speaks something that is not as though it is. So it doesn't matter what the limitations of your life currently are. Go with the spirit, go with your divine identity, daydream about it, write it down. Like, this is a day in the life of me as this person. And you can do it even like seasonally, you know, if you're an artist and you like tour sometimes, but then in your off time, this is what you're doing. And describe the concepts that surround you now that you live in the fullness of your divine identity, and allow the thought forms to emit that frequency to the divine, to the realm, to the divine quantum field, because your spirit team is on your side, awaiting for the revelation. It says all of creation is awaiting the revelations of sonship, daughterhood. They're waiting for us to figure out who we are so that we can start manifesting from that place through the spirit of the Most High, through the spirit of life, through the spirit that makes all things possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. Okay. Oh, I want to hear the rest of that song, but I can't find it in my head right now. So I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking through this. This was a tough message to convey, but I really feel like there's like tons of energetic depth to it. So maybe listen again. Take the advice that's here. I really urge you to do that, because I'm feeling like a very big presence in terms of that your divine team wants you to take this seriously. Like, this is your life. They're like, if you didn't have limits, what would it look like? Who would you be? What would you be doing? How would your life look differently? And start really anchoring into that, because your divine team is waiting on you. Your spirit team, your ancestors, your angels, you know, it's like you're the one with the free will choices here. You're the one with the dominion. And one thing I can say is that since time is really not like that real, the only thing we can perceive is like we have a daytime and we have a nighttime, and then we have a daytime and then we have a nighttime. Do one little thing every single daytime or nighttime that moves you in the direction of being your divine self. Being your divine self. Like, I didn't always sit here and record videos. This was something that like I had to like learn to do, like a child learns to walk. I practiced. I had to build it into my schedule. It wasn't automatically something that I did every day, but I had to just start. So if you're like, I want to be a marathon runner, okay, every single day you better get outside or on the treadmill and do some distance, whatever the distance. Even if, you know, and it doesn't always have to be linear. It doesn't always have to be a progressive increase. Some days you might do 5 minutes and you're like, hey, but I did it. I did my divine self thing one time today at least. Do it every single day. Move yourself in the direction of your divine identity in bite-sized pieces, and next thing you know, it will become who you are more and more and more. 333 as I looked up. Be blessed, be well, be free. I want to make sure to invite you to the email list to stay in touch, and also check out ALCHEMYZE if that sings to you. Be blessed, be well, be free, and I'll catch you on the next one.